Now, if I understand correctly, invented Arm& Hammer. Do I have that right? I'm just kidding. This is Alan Lavigne. He is, in my estimation, and I don't want to oversell it, royalty in the prop costume world. He owns and created the Bronze Armory, makers of, how would we put it, costumes for movies, props.
Costumes, props, you name it. If you can dream it up, we can create it.
You can fabricate it.
Absolutely.
Alan is royalty for me for the single reason that Alan made Battlestar Galactica come to life. Alan's that guy, and very kindly let me put on one of the Battlestar Galactica helmets from the 70s, from the show, and I wore it on my head, and it felt like that's as good as it gets. Life has been a little less sweet ever since that day. I got to wear, was it Apollo or Starbucks helmet?
You know, I think that was Apollo's.
Apollo's
yeah,
helmet.
so, you know.
Tell us the projects you've worked on. For the average viewer, they would know you from.
Well, I think the most recent ones that people would associate with Captain America First Avenger, designed the helmet for that and the strapping for the shield. And also Iron Man 1 and 2, worked on those two projects. All of them were for Sony Film. It was a lot of fun. And, you know, really, Iron Man was always one of my favorite characters, so it was really a hoot to, you know, be able to work on the projects. It was a character that I never thought would ever get to the screen, and I was so excited when I had an opportunity to work on it.
You very kindly lent the Cartoon Art Museum a bunch of your work for San Francisco Comic-Con. How did you feel seeing these people milling around, freaking out? You had Batman from Batman vs Superman. People were just, you know, nerding out, freaking out. Lone Ranger was there. How do you feel when you see them?
You know that when the doors opened for the first time on the first day, I saw the people running in, and I thought, what are they running to see? And they all ran right in there to see the costumes. It's really, such a sea change over the years to have people so interested in the costuming and the props and effects that we do. It's now that's the thing. That's what everyone wants to see and want to get close to. So it's an exciting time for me seeing the evolution. So it's very, very rewarding.
And I understand you're going to very kindly lend the museum a couple pieces, and I assume, my hope, as someone who loves the museum, they're going to act like a magnet where people can peek in the window and go, oh my God, they've got this. Let's forget about going to see anything else in San Francisco. We're going to come in here. What might we expect here?
Well, expect the unexpected, because every time I do a show, I think, you know what, I should have brought this piece or that piece or set up this exhibit or that exhibit. And now that the museum has a home again, we could spend time designing the exhibits to bring you in, because that's what people are into today. They want to see these things up close, and
they can't touch.
They can't touch.
Yeah, but to see it up close, it's like walking into the set of a movie. It was unreal to see Batman in his battle armor, and really on camera, on the big screen, it looks like it's completely the most indestructible thing. But you get up close and go, wait a second, that's plastic.
Yeah. It's the idea is to create the illusion. When we worked on Iron Man, I don't think there's a piece of metal in the entire suit. It's all urethane and fiberglass. We use different things like the bat armor. That's all mostly foam. I mean, a real suit of armor that large would be impossible to wear for a human anyway. Even the more complex suits like Iron Man, the stunt guys had to be, during breaks, lowered down with an A-frame so they could lay down because they couldn't sit down. In the suit, you're 6'7", so it's very uncomfortable to wear and very hot. Downey Jr. says, hey, I'm going to wear it every day. First day on set, he wore the whole thing. Second day, guys, I'm just going to wear this part. By the end of the week, it was, let's CGI this one here, So, but that's not unusual. Michael Keaton, when he did Batman, he actually only appears 10 minutes on film in the costume. In the entire film, all the rest is all stunt guys wearing it. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, and I really don't blame him, because those early capes, I had one for
They were
a
like
time.
75 pounds.
Oh, easily. People don't. When you say it's heavy, no,
Yeah.
it was unworldly heavy.
Right.
There were areas that were a half-inch thick. It felt like wearing a truck tire around your neck.
Right,
And he's not a real big guy, so it just crushed him. I'm surprised they were able to get the thing to move at all because it was just incredibly heavy.
A lot of people don't know how many costumes are made for your average shoot. Take Captain America. You wouldn't know that there's like 11 or 12 standing by.
Well, actually, let's look at some numbers. Like for the Brandon Routh Superman suit, there were 90 of the blue suits.
90.
90.
90.
Yeah, 90 made, and that was for him and the stunt team. And they only had a dozen pair of boots because the boots were so expensive and difficult to make.
What are you excited about in the future of filmmaking for the stuff you do? What excites you that's on the horizon?
Well, right now I'm really looking forward to Justice League. I know it's some of the Warner Brothers films have taken a beating on social media, but I've really liked the Zack Snyder's treatment of them. To date, I think the last Batman versus Superman thing. I think they had the right balance there. I liked the whole look of it. The suits, particularly Henry's suit, they've changed it up a little bit, not just in the ornament, but in its construction and design. The original Man of Steel suit was a cast suit. It was cast in silicone and then glued down over a foundation, a lycra foundation. It was heavy. It ripped easily. He couldn't raise his arms over his head. Well, the new suit is a 3D printed fabric, very comfortable to wear, very light, very flexible. You can raise your arms up without the suit ripping. So, and Henry, he just looks great in that suit. I mean,
he looks like Superman.
Yeah. You look
so
at him.
believable.
Yeah. He's got that headshot down. I mean, he looks great.
Yeah.
So. I'm excited to see where the franchise goes with this Justice League, and of course Gal in Wonder Woman is just she owns
so
it.
good.
Yeah, she's got a great screen presence, and even outside of Wonder Woman, I'm sure she's going to have a great career because I'm sure she can do a lot of stuff. So I'm excited to see that and to see where they go with that franchise, and hopefully they're talking about doing spin-offs on all the characters, so we'll see where that goes, and looking forward to seeing the standalone Batman with Affleck and see how that comes out. So,
Alan, thank you so much for chatting with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me here tonight.